Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $6 a month right now. Keep in mind the first membership level only has 14 memberships available, and once this sells out, it will never be available again. And yeah, let's take a look at Cardano. In this video, I want to talk about something a bit different. Before I do that, however, I will talk about the ADA chart because, well, we got another low right here. But yeah, I mean, after I'm done with this, I'm going to talk about ADA dominance, which I don't really talk about on this channel because, well, it has been going down for many months, and also it's pretty much the exact same thing as the ADA Bitcoin chart. However, there are a couple of differences between them, and in this video I'm going to talk about that. But first, let's actually take a look at the short term right here on the 4-hour, and as you can see, Cardano actually got exactly to the 1.618 support level that I gave you, which, well, I mean, right now it should tell us that, this low is already in, because the 1.618 for the fifth wave is already too deep. I mean, my target was the 1.414, and by the looks of it, I mean, as you can see, we actually got below it. And yeah, I mean, after we got below it, we got to the 1.618, and like I said, we got a reaction here, but this is not enough to confirm that the low is already in. And that's why I have another extension on the chart, which, I mean, if we get to this extension, it's going to be extremely bearish in my opinion, at least for the short term, because it's the 200% extension, and the fifth wave doesn't, usually I have to, overextend to the 200% extension. So if that happens, there's a, chance that we actually get another low in the second wave and we invalidate the entire 1-2 setup. And if we do that, it's not going to be long-term bearish, because even if we, get another low right here, even if we drop to like 48 cents or 45 cents or so, I mean, as long as we stay above the 0.786 support level, which is at 38.6 cents, we should be fine. However, if we actually invalidate the 1-2 setup, it means that at some point we're gonna have to, do another 1-2 setup, and that could take a long time. Now, I also want to look at the daily chart, and, well, the daily chart is not looking too good. However, if you look at the RSI, we got to the oversold territory here, and this is a good sign. We also got to the oversold territory right here, but it was not quite oversold when we got to about 62 cents. And then, as you can see, we, got a bounce, but then we got another low right here, and now we are finally, really oversold. And the last time we, really got to the oversold territory was down here when ADA dropped to about 51 cents. So this could be a good sign, but, it still does not confirm that the low is in. To confirm that the low is in, we're going to have to go back to the 4-hour chart. First, we need to break, above this high right here, which is at 65.8 cents, and then above this one right here, which is at 73.2 cents. And once we do that, I will pretty much be able to say that something more bullish is going on, because we will break out of this downtrend right here and everything will be good after that. Obviously, we still need to form 5 waves up, and we still need to form the first wave of the third wave up here. And if we do, well, after that, you can still expect an ABC down. So even if we get above the bull market support band and we even get above the 200-day moving average, it's still not going to be enough to, continue going to the upside after that, because we need a 1-2 setup first, and then we could focus on the third wave right here of this bigger 1-2 setup. So yeah, the target for that is still at $1.19. That has not changed, but please keep in mind this will no longer be available if we drop below this low right here, which is at 51 cents. So going to the daily chart, I pretty much talked about this, and I think it's still looking good. I mean, we are still about to have a cross on the bull market support band, so I'm still bullish on this. Now, going to the weekly chart right now, as you can see, we are still below the moving average on the RSI. However, there's something a bit bullish about this thing, and if you look at the RSI, when we got to 51 cents about, let's see, about right here or so, Cardano, well, actually no, this was 55 cents, but when we got to these lows, Cardano on the RSI went to about 44 on the weekly, and right now we are at like 50, let's say 8 cents or so, and the RSI is a bit lower. So this is a good sign, and we'll see, if we get any type of reversal anytime soon. And that's it about the weekly. Now let's go to the monthly chart, and on the monthly there's something important that we need to do. We need to get back above the moving average right here, because if we do not, it could be bearish, and well, we have like 9 days left to do that, and we'll see, you know, if we do it or not. If we do not, this could lead to a much longer correction, which I don't really see happening, to be honest, because we're about to have a cross on the bull market support band. But yeah, this is not going to be a good sign. But then again, we were also below it right here before we had the November pump, so maybe there's nothing to worry about. And also, if you go on the 3-month chart, which I talked about yesterday, as you can see here, we are still above the moving average on the 3-month chart on the RSI. So I think we're still in a bull market, and this will only start going up when Bitcoin dominance starts breaking down. I'm gonna talk about that, I think, at the end of the video, if I still remember. But in this video, I actually want to focus on ADA dominance, and for this, I guess we need to go on the, let's see, weekly chart. And yeah, ADA dominance, I went ahead and I updated this chart, and well, I updated it for the members. So again, if you are a member, you get access to all of this. And yeah, let's take a look at what this chart is doing. So this is, still looking like the ADA Bitcoin chart, but it has a couple of differences, and I'm going to talk about them right now. So before I talk about what's going on in this cycle, I'm going to have to talk about what happened in the previous cycle, just so we can compare what's happening right now to what happened, a couple of years ago, 4 years ago. So yeah, let's take a look at what ADA did on the dominance chart after it got this bear market low in 2020. As you can see, it formed a 1-2 setup. And well, in the second wave move down right here, we actually reacted to the 0.618 support level of the first wave. And this entire correction took 6 months. And by the way, it took 6 months to actually break above the previous high right here, I believe. No, I think that's actually wrong. It took a bit longer than that. Well, no, I think I actually put this wrong. So it took about, like I said, 6 months or 189 days to break above these previous highs. And yeah, we had a 1-2 setup, and we reacted to the 0.618 support level. And right now, we seem to have the exact same 1-2 setup again. And even if you just zoom out on this chart, I mean, this move to the upside and pretty much this ABC to the downside right here looks exactly like what we had in this bear market as well. Of course, in this bear market, it was a bit different, but it's the exact same move to the upside. And as you can see, after we had a bounce right here and right here, that's what led us to getting a bear market low. And that's exactly what happened in this cycle as well. And yeah, this is looking extremely good because it looks like the exact same thing. And also, if you look at this 1-2 setup right now, as you can see, we actually dropped below the 0.618 support level. So it's not the exact same thing as it was in the previous cycle. However, that's not really a bad thing because we are still above the 0.786 level. And also, I have another trend line on the chart. I don't know if you can see it, but as you can see, we actually dropped exactly where ADA dominance dropped in the previous cycle. And well, it's the exact same numbers. I mean, right here, we were at about 0.62%. And as you can see, we already had a reaction to that level. So we'll see if we stay above it or not. If we do not, the last support level is at 0.63%. But yeah, I mean, Cardano seems to be doing the exact same thing, and it seems to be doing it the exact same way as well. And also, we have been in this move to the downside for about 6 months at this point. And I think it's going to be about, let's see, it's actually 200 days. Well, no, 196 days. And yeah, I mean, at some point, maybe we'll just do what we did over here. Now, keep in mind, over here, we had a cross on the bull market support band, and then we started going up. And right now, we are still waiting for a cross right here. But if, we keep continuing this pattern that Cardano seems to be doing every single cycle, then the next target would obviously be the third wave of this 1-2 setup, and that right now is at 2.42%. In the previous cycle, it was a bit higher, it was at 2.8%, but as you can see, we slightly got above it, and I think we even got to the 200% extension. Let me actually see. No, but the fifth wave move up actually got to the 200% extension. So yeah, the target right now is 2.4% for the ADA downward chart for the third wave, and then we need a fourth wave move down and the fifth wave move up. I will give you a target for that once we get the third wave, but in the previous cycle, as you can see, the fifth wave move up got exactly to the 1.414 move to, well, actually the support or resistance of the fourth wave move down. And yeah, this is a very clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. There's nothing questionable about that. And I really believe that this chart will just keep repeating itself because it's the exact same thing. And I don't know if we will break all-time highs in this cycle, probably not, because as you can see in 2018 right here, this was a higher high and this was a lower high, meaning that we will most likely stay in this triangle and maybe we'll just, go to like 4% or so, or 4.2%, something like that. Probably not to these highs though. And yeah, probably like less than 4% actually. And that's my target. Also, if you look at the RSI right now, what we're doing right now looks the exact same as what we're doing right here as well. Of course, it is a bit different. Here we actually tried going up, but here we were below the moving average on the weekly the entire time, just like we are right now. And then at some point we finally broke above, the RSI, the moving average, and that gave us the third wave. So the chart is still looking extremely bullish, no matter what you want to say about it. I mean, right now, going back to the Cardano chart, let me actually go on the 4-hour. Even if we get another low right here or another low in the second wave, it's not gonna matter because we're gonna have a cross on the bull market support band, and that's extremely bullish. And right now on the monthly, we still have not had a cross. So I think it's going to happen next month or, in the next couple of days. I have no idea when exactly it's going to happen. And I need to, keep reminding you this, but I don't really have a crystal ball. And I know that I keep saying that it's going to happen at some point and it's going to happen soon. But in reality, I don't know if it's going to be soon or in 2 weeks or in 2 months or in like half a year. All I know is that at some point, Bitcoin dominance is going to have to start breaking down. And when it does, ADA Bitcoin will start going up. Then ADA dominance will start going up and ADA USD will also start going up. So I'm still bullish, and obviously I'm still bullish because Cardano is in the exact same uptrend that it was in the previous cycle as well. So it's the exact same pattern every single time, but for some reason people are confused. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month or $6 right now. Keep in mind the bronze memberships only has like 14 memberships available, and like I said, once this sells out, it will never be available again. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.